Communications Club TV.
Hello, my name is Reilly and I am from the Communications Club. I'm here with editor of the Student Newspaper Club, Zachary Karate.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
Good.
Why did you join the newspaper club?
Yeah, so I've been interested in writing for a really long time in my life. I basically just went down to cafeteria one day. The then editor-in-chief was advertising it, and I'm like, all right, I'll join this. I joined articles through that, and this year I was able to become the editor-in-chief.
What's your favorite things to write about in the articles and stuff? Is there like some specific section in the newspaper that you like to write about?
I like writing about sports. It's more like a case-by-case basis. I think I usually would like to write more in-depth stories, usually things about campus because I feel like that's more relevant to people.
What are these in-depth stories that you mean and stuff?
The most recent one I did was Pakistan Cultural Exchange at the college over the last month, so that was a really interesting article to do. I talked to just about every student who was involved in that across, I want to say, 3 or 4 hours of interviewing. It came out to, I want to say, like well over 1,000 words in the article, and yeah, I learned a lot from it. People gave me a great response from that. I think that's like the type of articles I like because it feels like I'm learning from it. I feel like I'm teaching people from it.
What's the most accomplished you felt in career of a student newspaper? What's your favorite article that you wrote that you feel like you're proud of?
I'd say definitely that last one is the one I'm the most proud of, but whenever I release my next article, I'll tell you that's the one I'm the most proud of. It feels like with each one I'm improving. The club gives me a lot of resources through the advisor, through the people I work with, and through the school where I can just constantly improve, so I feel like it's an environment where I'm able to constantly better myself, and I feel like other people are as well.
Oh, that's awesome. I can definitely relate to write about something great, because I was thinking about like writing at my college trip to Scotland.
Oh, I was actually originally thinking of writing an article about that, but since I've become the editor-in-chief, it's become difficult for me to do the writing. I've had to focus more on management and editing work. And I'm planning on writing an article for that. I even interviewed David Ladeau. It just ended up falling apart. Yeah, I actually heard about that. How was that trip?
It was great.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a very talented writer and stuff.
Thank you.
What motivated you to keep going?
Initially when I joined, I was kind of non-committal. I was kind of just there to say I'm doing something, but over the summer I met an interesting person who, she had worked at the Washington Post, at Forbes. She was an incredibly accomplished writer, and she was able to coach me on writing. There's this guy I know who was the editor of a blog, and I was able to work for his blog for a period of time. So through those experiences, I was able to like really go from being someone who like enjoyed writing to someone who was really a lot more passionate about journalism. And that like just made my commitment so much stronger and made me care a lot more about it. So that's what's made me stay involved in that club, learning those commitments, and then from there just building a stronger connection to it.
Inspiring. Very inspiring. So if I may ask you, the guy, is he cool? Do you guys like hang out together and stuff? And the girl that you know, is she cute?
The guy, I'm not able to we met online, so we haven't been able to hang out, but I do hope I'll be able to hang out with him sometime. The woman, I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that.
Any special memories you hold there at the newspaper club?
I think just all the times I think any event I've done felt great. Any time and there's like so many times I can remember where I might staying up late on a call with someone working on an article, or we're like in the office and we're like working on a project. Stuff like that, it really like gives a lot more meaning to the work. You know, that not only you're doing these things and building towards making, you know, the newspaper stronger and hopefully people more informed, but also that you're building these connections and skills with people that they're going to carry throughout their life. So that's all of that. It's hard to pinpoint on one thing, but it all comes together and makes something really special.
Ah. Well, I'm glad you hold each and every... so what you're saying is that you hold every memory that you spent at the newsletter equally? Am I getting that right?
I'm not sure if I'd say equally. You know, I'm probably not going to think of, you know, those times when I'm like up late editing with the times where I'm just like, you know, eating a taco in the office. But yeah, it's hard to say what's my favorite when there's so many special things that have happened.
What's your favorite sport to talk about when it comes to newsletter and stuff?
I have not been able to write any sports articles this year, but I've definitely been watching the basketball teams this year. The men's team has been very accomplished. The women's team has had an interesting season. It's been interesting to watch.
Well, have fun on the sports part and stuff.
Thank you.
What are your favorite activities to do at the newsletter?
I like being able to work with people on their articles, help develop their skills, coordinating people, and also organizing. I enjoy it. I get a lot of, being able to work with people and knowing that I'm elevating their work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
What would your message be for potential members who want to join the newsletter club? If you could say anything to the camera to them right now, what would it be?
I would say if you're thinking about joining the club, don't worry about, am I a good enough writer? Am I going to be able to hit these deadlines? When I first joined, I was a horrible writer. I was not hitting my deadline. but people were able to work with me, and people were able to care, and I was able to grow my skills immensely. So don't worry about barriers of entry. Everybody's welcoming. It makes for a good time.
That's very special, and heck, that almost got me interested in the newsletter. Anyways, it was nice talking to you, Zachary.
Thank you. You too.